My love, you who gave birth to me.
Well, our bus now has been going for over 20 years. Possibly 25 years ago we had the dream of doing something out there. We could see the need. We had 3 years, the people we put it to that we'd like to do it, actually, then we could go and get some experience elsewhere. So we went to Louis Van and we had spent 3 years there actually with them. When we were there we saw a gap in their timetable where they only did from Sunday to Thursday, so there was Friday and Saturday nights vacant, so we decided we'd fill those nights in.
Denny's bus, well, they feed people, homeless people. There's a lot of people on the streets. The Denny's bus provides food and they give them clothes and whatever we can give them to make them a bit more comfortable throughout the cold days and cold nights.
In fact, we thought we might have been one of the first to have run this model here in Hobart at least.
We come to the church at about 6 o'clock a day and we make sandwiches and whatever food we can get from the people at church. We have the hot soup and that, and we go out to Gnorki, and it's a pre-arranged place where we meet, and we feed who's ever's there. You know, we don't necessarily know if they're all homeless or something, but there's normally some reason why they're there, either lack of somewhere to stay or lack of food. We don't ask the question, you know, we just feed who's ever's there. But I knew there was buses operating, you know, but I wasn't aware of them running from the church or anything, no. We don't even touch it really, we just go to Gnorki and into town, but you know, there's the Eastern Shore and everything which need the bus, you know, but we can't be everywhere.
Not all donations, we have people that fundraise for us and some that are regular givers. Bread is donated. And our fruit and vegetables are donated, soups are donated, all the rest we have to buy. So.
We're always looking out for sponsorship, we're always looking out for warm clothing and blankets and all that type of stuff, because if we don't have it from donations or anything, we just have to buy ourselves.
I go to the church at Rosny and a lot of the church members there, volunteers. We've got a lot of volunteers from outside the church as well, so which is good.
Oh, when I saw people doing it, and I just felt, you know, I should get in there and help them, and you know, provide my service. And now I'm addicted to it, so I really enjoy it.
When I joined this church, I saw people every Friday at night and Saturday night making sandwich, and I said, "What are you doing?" And they told me they will go out there to serve some of these people, the old people and the young people. They need food, and I said, "Well, I'd love to join you guys sometimes." And they said yes, and I was so happy to try, you know, and I like it. It was only the other week, one guy, he came through and he was, you know, swearing and carry on, and when he came he went past the bus, he didn't come to us, and I thought he was going to make some trouble. But when he walked back to the bus and walked towards me, and and I asked him, "Can I give you something?" And he said, "I want coffee, please." And I was very surprised. He didn't swear at me. And I said, "Okay, I'll give you a coffee." And I said, "Would you want a biscuit?" And he really wanted a biscuit too. So he was really good.
You know, sometimes you get rude people. Sometimes you get angry people.
Drunk people that are very loud and do want to cause some fights and things like that.
And unfortunately, there's always alcohol and possible drugs.
We've had the occasional sort of, what do you want to call it, uneasy time at some of the stops. Probably I could count them on one hand over those 20 odd years.
The only ones do affect is it helps if you know God to be on the bus, because if you don't, you might fall in a trap of arguments, and you've got to be humble.
So when we come to these places, we don't know what we're going to find when we get there. So we just have to take it and do the best we can for them, yeah.
It's good to serve them and be like them, try to mix with them, because they love to meet new people, you know.
Yeah, they're not crazy people. They are very switched on, but unfortunately they have addiction that's very hard to control. So yeah, that's the difficult part.
Back when I was younger, I was in a similar situation myself, so I know exactly how they feel, and I know how difficult it is for them, and that's another reason why I enjoy helping them too. Just because I've been there, yeah.
I like to recount the more positive ones personally, but and we've had plenty of them. I had one man in particular. He was a really nice bloke. He'd been abused as a child, and so he'd taken up drugs and alcohol and that type of thing. He actually stayed down at my place for a number of weekends. He talked of suicide, and it wasn't. He almost made it plain that it was going to happen. We quite often do say, "Hi, people that say that they're probably never going to do it." He ended up doing it, and it shocked me. More often than not, we get a lot of positive feedback, and we actually have people come up the street that have cleaned themselves up and have employment and that. They thank us and say, "Without you sort of guys, we wouldn't be where we are now." So it's very, very worthwhile.
It certainly has an impact on the people, because some of them actually do ring Danny up if we're not there at a certain time of the night and ask where are you. So we know they look forward to us coming, and if you took it away, well, they're going to have to find somewhere else to get it from, and where they get it from, I wouldn't have a clue. So it'd be a big loss, yes, it would be.
I think it's going to be always more people and more people. People out there that do talk about food and drinks, hot drinks over there, and I find we get more people all the time.
One of the highlights of my week actually is the weekends we spend on the bus. I've always loved the motto that the Salvos use, and that is, "There by the grace of God go I." And that's well worth thinking about, that any of us could have been in the position these people are in if given a different set of circumstances. We never know where we could be. We've actually had a doctor out there that came up to our bus service. We've people that have been in really good jobs, really secure. They have family breakdowns, and just sends them on a downward spiral. So we do what we can to try and turn that spiral going the other way.
People with babies, there's no limitation to what we get there actually.
Especially the one that they have no home and they live on a road and on a street, and
you know, it's just helping the people too, because there's certainly a need. And yeah, I'm happy doing that, yes.
Just show some love. That's the important part.